Hi darlings, thank you so much for joining me on my channel today. I have a Bible journaling process for you in my illustrating Bible, and I am focusing in Luke chapter 2. I am going to be doing some stamping, some distress oxide in my background, and I am using first this beautiful town stamp from ByTheWell4God, and it's a very long one, so I'm going to set it up on 2 blocks. I'll be using multiple stamp sets, the ones that I showed you in the beginning of the video, and I am using my favorite VersaFine black onyx ink to ink up this stamp. Now I'm going to be stamping on white cardstock first because I want to add all the little details from the stamp set and also watercolor the little houses. This wasn't the best impression, so I actually end up doing it again, which is totally fine. If it doesn't work the first time, just give it another try, and sometimes the second time turns out much better. At least it did for me here. So I'm just making sure since a very big stamp, I get all of those corners, and now I kind of started cutting them out, and then I realized I should probably add on the little pieces before I cut it out. So I am grabbing my stamp set. I first start off with the roof. And I love this stamp set because it has a lot of little pieces. It has little roofs. It also has like a snow cap that you can put on the roofs. It also has some shutters. It has little trees that you can put in the front. It's such a cute stamp set to kind of make your little town or your little row of houses just like you want it. So now I'm going to use the little wreath, and I'm going to add that to the windows here. And I'm also going to add it towards the top of this little townhouse right here. I love seeing little wreaths on the windows of houses. That is something that's very popular more towards the south, and I love seeing that. Now we have these little chimneys, and they have 2 different types of chimneys in the set. So one is towards the left side and the other towards the right side. And one is more of a solid color and the other one is kind of a brick color like the rooftops are. So now I'm working on adding shutters. So these shutters you can add towards the outside of your windows or the inside. And I am actually adding it towards the inside of my windows because I kind of wanted to make it look different than the other windows. And now we have these little brick detail that you can add towards the bottom of the houses. I stamp it a couple of times just to make sure I have a good impression. And now I'm going to be adding these little trees. The ByTheWell4God stamps are always so detailed, and I love that they took the time to make all the little details separately for this row of houses. That way we can do it our own. So now I'm just filling in some of the window on this little house that didn't show up quite as well. And then I cut that out, and now I'm going to use the Daniel Smith watercolor dot card that we got in the kit to color in my houses. I love that on the back of the stamp sets, she always puts a picture of how you can make it look because it's kind of giving me the inspiration to color in the houses. I love the bright Christmas colors for this month's kit as well. So I'm kind of just making them look like a bright, colorful Christmas row of houses. So here is a finished look at what my row of houses looks like after I watercolor them. And now that I have them cut out, I'm going to work on my background here. I am kind of deciding what color Distress Oxide to use, and I go with this Peacock Feathers color because I love the bright teal. I feel like it'll make a beautiful backdrop. I am using a makeup contour brush to blend this color onto the page, and I am starting the blending from the bottom and working up towards the top because I know that my row of houses will be there. So I'm not too worried about the stark circle of pigment that is going to be towards the bottom because I know I'll be covering that up. I feel like the makeup contour brush really helps blend it in smoothly. And so I did like a rough take of the peacock, and now I'm going to be using pumice stone, and then I'm going to blend in even more, and it's gonna knock back some of those harsh teal circles, and then it's gonna blend in beautifully to kind of tone down the peacock feathers. And now I'm going to be adding water to kind of activate this distress ink. I love using distress ink. I love activating it with water and seeing kind of the artistic mixed media look to it. And we can see this does bleed through, and I'm just showing you that way you have a look at what it looks like on the other side of the page. And now I'm going to take my adhesive, my foam adhesive roll, and I am going to add it to the back of my house row. I really want this to pop off the page, so instead of just gluing it down, I am going to make sure it pops up on my page. I'm just trying to cover every single part with adhesive. That way none of it falls flat. So now I am going to add some trees. This is the Joy to the World stamp, and I am going to add that to my stamp block and just add some black trees in the back. I don't want to do color because I really just wanted my house row to be colorful and to kind of have a very bright background, a colorful row of houses, and then very neutral words and things in the background. So everything else will be black that is on this already very bright background page. Now I'm just positioning to see where I'm going to place my row of houses. And the great thing about using this adhesive is because the release paper is still on the row of houses, I'm able to kind of move it around and see where I want it to be placed so I can stamp, take it off, and, you know, make sure it works for me before I have to commit to where I'm going to place it. So here, I kind of tear a little bit the page. It looks like that first part was a little wet, but that's okay. I just cover it up with the houses and I adhere that down. So now I'm going to work on my title. These are the 6x8 Mary alphas, and I am going to be using this alpha to write out the word peace. So I am journaling in Luke chapter 2, and it's when the angels speak to the shepherds, and I love the very popular verse where they start speaking to the shepherds and they say, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace to men on whom his favor rests." And in my family worship in my home, we have been talking about the word peace for a week. The full week of Advent, that second week, we focus on the word peace, and I have been really digging into that word. So this is kind of a page in honor of the week of peace that we just did with my family. Now I am pulling out another stamp set so I can use these snowflakes on here. And I'll be stamping these down with my gold scrapbook.com ink pad. These are actually very pigmented, which I love, and it has a little bit of a shimmer glimmer, so when I move my page, you can kind of see how that shines. So now I am ready to fully commit to where my row houses are going to be after I have spiced up the back of my background page. And now I'm gonna add just a little bit more shimmer. I'm gonna use this glitter pen from scrapbook.com as well to add just a little bit of shimmer. It's like a silver sheen that it gives. So it looks like there is snow on the rooftops of the houses. And with this, a little goes a long way. So I am spreading it as much as I can to make sure that it's evened out. I'm gonna add some to my trees as well, just so they shimmer a bit. They don't look so black and opaque. And now I'm gonna be using these loose sequins that I just had on my desk. I thought they would be perfect to add a little bit more shine. I'm using my Fabri-Tac glue. I really love this glue. I actually went and got a big bottle of it because my smaller bottle is almost out. So you'll just see me add some more of those sequins to my page. And if you are new here to my channel, I hope you consider subscribing. Hit that like button if you like this video, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any more of my videos. If you have any questions about the products, I'll try to be linking everything I have below. Leave any questions for me. Thank you so much for joining me each and every video. Just finishing off my title on Earth, and that is it. That is my page. I love how it turned out, and I love the shimmering glitter. God bless, darlings. Bye.